giving her awards about most powerful women. You're not a powerful woman. I can't remember is it Fortune magazine or something that's fawning over her now?
Billy Bush has 3 daughters and still wakes up every morning choosing misogyny. That can't be ignorance. That's pathological. You're a walking PSA for what happens when a man gets fired for laughing at SA and thinks redemption means trashing another woman. You have 3 daughters, Billy. 3. And you're still out here trying to humiliate women to feel powerful. That's called misogyny, Billy, and you're a misogynist. You don't talk about Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, because you have anything intelligent to say. You talk about her because her success makes you bitter and jealous. She's built global influence, launched brands, won awards, and turned every smear into a strategy. And you're just the stain on the Bush name. And that burns you. A woman thriving on her own terms terrifies small men like you. I hope your daughters aren't treated the way you treat women. You were the soundtrack to a national scandal. And the only reason why your name is even remembered is because you were standing next to a man bragging about assault. That's your legacy. You laughed about assaulting women back then, and you're verbally assaulting women now. You haven't grown. You haven't learned. You think tearing down Meghan makes you relevant again? It just reminds everyone your career flatlined the minute women started saying enough. And the audacity of you, with 3 daughters, spewing contempt for women. The book just fell out of his pocket, and it's ugly. Virginia Giuffre's posthumous memoir says Andrew's team tried to hire internet trolls to hassle her, while he ducked accountability behind palace gates. The Independent corroborates the same claim from the book. Andrew's legal operation went so far as exploiting paid online harassment as a tactic against a woman, accusing him of SA. Listen to that again. Paid trolling as a legal strategy. This is the pattern. Evade, smear, and outsource the cruelty. When the facts won't defend you, flood the zone with abuse until the truth can't breathe. Giuffre writes that while Andrew's side casts doubt on her credibility, they were actively trying to weaponize the internet against her. That sounds familiar. Now, connect the dots. If Andrew's team was shopping for online trolls, he didn't invent that in a vacuum. He's the product of a system, the firm, that has always preferred perception management over transparency. And while there's no public document proving the palace itself commissioned troll farms against Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, credible analysis have shown a coordinated hate network has targeted her for years. Bot Sentinel's work, covered by major outlets, found that 70% of the hostile content about Meghan on social media originated from 83 accounts, amplifying each other in a manufactured echo chamber. So ask the obvious question. Who benefits when a smear machine revs up against Meghan? Not the public, not the truth, certainly not the targets. The beneficiaries are the same actors who need a distraction when scandals like Andrew's erupts. Whether the palace cuts checks or merely looked the other way, the effect is identical. Coordinated hostility used as cover and counter-programming. Giuffre's account also reminds us, these tactics don't stay online. They bleed into real life, into police reviews, into settlement optics, into reputational warfare that punishes survivors and shields power. That's why this matters beyond royal gossip. Here's the takeaway. Andrew's alleged troll shopping isn't a one-off. It's a window into how power protects itself. And it mirrors the long-running, well-documented, coordinated online hostility towards Meghan, which media has reported since 2021. You don't need a leaked invoice to recognize the signature move. Drown a woman's credibility in noise, then claim the controversy is her fault. We see the play. We're naming it. And we're not pretending it's anything other than
to catch our Duchess of Sussex at the Most Powerful Women Summit. Her interview was amazing, especially when she was talking about the brand as ever. So she described the brand as masstige, meaning that it's for the masses, it's definitely prestige, but it's affordable luxury. And to me, that word describes her because we all know that she's a coupon clipper. Literally, she can shop, buy all these luxury things, but she's looking for a coupon before she purchases it. And she gets it. Like, we all love a fine design, but we don't want to pay the price tag for it. Like, literally, that's the Meghan effect. She is taking something so refined, but yet making it relatable for everybody. As we all know, that As Ever isn't about excess, but it's about everyday elegance. It's about having those small luxuries in your home that you can enjoy. And I love how she hinted at in this interview that she loves paper. So definitely in the brand, we'll be getting some paper sprinkled in somewhere. And I love that because I'm a paper lover as well. Like, I still love cars, love written notes. Like, all of those things are important to me. For one, they make people feel good. And number two, is something that people can just hold on to as a keepsake and a memory. Like, I literally have all of the cards that my grandmother ever bought me. Like, I literally love them. She was a card lady, so am I, which is where I get it from. I love that she is building a brand that we can all enjoy, no matter what level you are at in life.
I want to say something, and I want to add Billy Bush because I forgot this existed, but apparently he has a new life here on TikTok. I want to talk about Black women and wealth because it has come abundantly clear to me that you all really love us better when we're poor. I'm going to use the Duchess of Sussex, for instance, because there is a crazy obsession with how much jewelry this woman wears. If somebody sees something new on her, they instantly go looking for what it is. And keep in mind, she gets gifted a lot of nice things for all of her charitable work, but she also has a very rich husband. The thing that pisses me off when the British media, as well as the American media, because they're playing these bullshit games too, they like to add Meghan's wedding ring to the guilt trip stuff all the time. And I don't understand why. Like, why do you all do that? Yes, we know her ring has a certain price to it, but when you guys say, oh, she's wearing $300,000 worth of jewelry, you start pointing to her wedding ring. Newsflash, she's not going to take her wedding ring off. Whether she's at a charity, whether she is somewhere where people are less fortunate. That is a gift that her husband gave to her. She doesn't have to tone it down for nobody. And if you don't like Meghan and you still feel like she doesn't deserve nice things, this is Alison Hammond. Alison Hammond was told by a viewer that her watch, which was an $185 Michael Kors watch given to her by her mother, was too offensive and it was tone deaf because I don't have nice things and I don't want to see your nice things. And what Alison should have said, but she never will because she seems like a very graceful woman, was kiss my butt. Instead she's like, I'm sorry this made you uncomfortable. Alison, girl, bye. Shouldn't have to make allowances for other people's comforts. We have nice things too. We have lots of shoes too. 7 pairs of shoes. Y'all was crashing out about that in Meghan's hotel. That's modest. That is modest. My homegirl travels with 20 shoes, and I can guarantee you out of all the 20 shoes she brings, she probably ends up wearing 3 because she's got 3 favorite pairs. And I'm like, what's this here for, girl? But anyway, I just want to say to Black women, you are allowed to be luxe. You are allowed to be rich. You are allowed to be posh, especially when you earn your own dough. You guys have a great one. Bye.
UK tabloids keep saying that Duchess Meghan is irrelevant, but yet she's booked and busy at all these events that they wish they were invited to. Because apparently irrelevant means front row at Paris Fashion Week and the guest of honor at Emma Greed's table. In the past few weeks, Duchess Meghan has been seen in Paris Fashion Week at Balenciaga's show. She's been in New York speaking on panels at major events. And last night, she was the guest of honor at Emma Greed's seat at the table. So is it irrelevance or is it access? The narrative in the UK is that she's faded into obscurity. However, what's really true is that she stopped performing for people who never rooted for her in the first place. It has moved from headlines to high society, and honestly, that's a different kind of visibility, one that they can't even wrap their minds around. It's not that Meghan has disappeared, it's that she's existing where her critics can't reach her. And nothing makes people more angry than a woman who thrives when you thought you broke her. So if this is irrelevance, honey, sign me right up. I'm Michaela Ian, and that's the Culture Take.
Meghan Markle is the spiritual successor to Princess Diana, but it was supposed to be Kate, and that's why white women in the UK hate her. That's why they ran with the Commoner Kate storyline for so long, because they were trying to mirror a happy version of Charles and Diana. But the reality is, Will and Kate are just Charles and Camilla if he would have just married Camilla first. The public was promised Princess Diana Part 2, but Kate doesn't have that soft touch that Diana had. Meghan does, and whether that's who she really is or she's just that good of an actress, it comes across as authentically her. So for a lot of white female royalists in the UK, it's really hard to play people's princess by proxy when the people's princess doesn't look like you. And they get very upset about that. And something else a lot of these women don't like to acknowledge is that because Harry is Diana's hope, because he is the one who is actually out here breaking the fucking generational curses, and that family has a lot, because he is the one who is continuing his mother's work and his mother's legacy. When he stands up and says, these people are not good people, this institution is not a good institution, these women block their ears because it wrecks the fantasy that they could one day be queen. People always ask the wrong question about this couple. It's not how did Meghan bag Harry, it's how did Harry bag Meghan. And you might be like, well, he's a literal prince. Obviously, he's the prize. Not so fast. To be clear, she would have had to known about the plan to leave the royal family off jump. It has always been my opinion that this man was looking for a reason to leave, and she gave him permission and co-signed the plan. Because I want you to think about, if a prince wanted to marry you and then stop being a prince shortly after that, taking away all those privileges that you had, would you even bother signing on? No, probably not, especially not to deal with that fucking family. So it begs the question, how hard did he have to work to get this commoner woman to marry into royalty only to leave it a couple years later? That is the actual question.
I just need to remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people. All gingers are black people. If they have red hair, they are black. You see a white man with red hair, that's a black man. You see a white woman with red hair, that's a black woman. Gingers are black. All gingers.
William is Charles's son.
Okay.
And Harry is very much Diana's son.
Absolutely.
Because think about it, and you realize that he is not taking anything away from William. But
Objective.
Harry processed his mother's death very differently than William did. William had another track. William was and is preparing to be king. Harry admits he had a line, a throwaway line, that I want you guys to listen closely when he says it. And Addie, I don't know if you heard this. He said, talking about mourning his mother, he goes, I was left alone to process my mother's death, which tells me the infrastructure of the palace were not there. You know, they were rightfully so constant. It's not a fault of William, but that's why if you have watched your mother go through what we all watched Diana go through, and if you're Harry and your mother got killed because of that, wouldn't you do everything in your power to prevent that happening to your wife and child? And that's exactly what Harry did.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, I walked away a bigger fan because I have a much better appreciation for what they really went through. I really do.
And they produce this. They're all on board with this,
Which,
right?
look, you got to take it with a grain of salt. This is through their lens. But think about this. We've only heard their story through the mechanism of the palace and the gross tabloid press. Don't you think they have a right to tell their story?
Absolutely.
Go watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
And just play the game and go along with the program.
You could do that. You could do that, and if that's what suits you, that's what suits you. But I'm afraid for Diana and I, we learn. We're like rivers. We want to learn more. We want to go around the next corner. We're hungry for life. We're very curious. Well, I speak for myself here, not for her, because she's not here.
To do this, to have this life, means you ultimately lose yourself, whatever yourself is.
Yeah.
That you can play the game, and it is the biggest game there is it not?
Yes.
That's basically what
Well,
it is.
you got out there.
You
and
have to play by the
Play
rules.
by the rules. I must explain that the British press at the moment is completely and utterly cruel and abusive.
My mom loves Meghan Markle to the point where, like, I'll show her something that, like, another celebrity's doing that's, like, unhinged, and she's, like, always bringing it back to how Meghan Markle could never get away with that. Like, I showed her this video of Bethany Frankel acting, like, unhinged on TikTok with these donuts, and my mom's like, that's not fair, like, Meghan Markle could never do that. And I'm like, what does Meghan Markle have to do with anything right now? My mom loves Meghan Markle.
All right, racists, let's talk about...
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
It's no secret that racist America has a rabid obsession with the black American woman. What's the true secret, however, is that the fascination is an obsession that the inferior has for the superior. It's a bitter fixation like a peasant would have for a queen. They are obsessed because the magic that they see in her is a tangible they can never get their hands on. Racists see an architect of culture, a commander of language, and an unbreakable pillar of creation through resilience. While white history is the definition of theft, the black American woman is an encyclopedia of genius written against impossible odds. But hey, let's look at the evidence. Look at the women who built reality from imagination. Shirley Chisholm, the political prophet who was unbought and unbossed. She was the first black American woman in Congress who had the audacity to run for president and shattered the idea that the White House is a White House. Zora Neale Hurston, a literary anthropologist and author who journeyed through the South to preserve the folklore, songs, and stories of her people. She captured the rhythm, language, and soul of black life in America in a way that white anthropologists could only observe from a sterile, distant shore. Fannie Lou Hamer, the sharecropper who turned a brutal beating into a thunderous voice for the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party, forcing a nation to hear the price of the vote. Octavia Butler, the literary scientist who used science fiction to dissect the pathologies of the present and prescribe visions of a future where black people not only survive, but lead the evolution of humanity. Simone Biles, the most decorated gymnast in history. She has redefined the limits of human potential with a dominance so absolute they had to literally redesign the sports scoring system in a futile attempt to contain her greatness. She is the living embodiment of black excellence as a physical force of nature. Marsha P. Johnson, the warrior and pioneer who stood at the forefront of the Stonewall Uprising, defending the right to exist with a fearless joy that ignited a global movement for liberation. Mae Jemison, the chemical engineer, physician, and NASA astronaut who broke the ultimate barrier, carrying the spirit of her people into the cosmos as the first black American woman in space. Toni Morrison, the Nobel laureate who took the English language, the very tool of racial subjugation, and forged it into a weapon of sublime truth, telling the stories white people were terrified to tell about themselves. Ida B. Wells, the investigative journalist, educator, and early civil rights leader who wielded her pen like a sword, exposing the barbarism of lynching and fighting terror with unflinching, documented truth. Annie Turnbow Malone, a millionaire inventor and business magnate who developed a revolutionary line of hair and beauty products for black women. She built an empire, Poro College that trained thousands of women in entrepreneurship and created economic independence long before corporate America would let them in the door. Racist Americans are obsessed because the black American woman is the ultimate creator and innovator. Black American women are the master economists who can build a legacy from nothing. Black American women are the artists who define global culture. Black American women are the scientists who cure the uncurable. We honestly have black American women to thank for our past, for our present, and for our future. Black American women are the creators. Black American women are the leaders. Black American women are the standard. So continue shining in your natural beauty like the goddess you are, in full confidence, knowing that there's no person greater on this planet than the black American woman.
I just hate to see black people live amongst people that think they're less than. That ain't that in Atlanta, baby.
I like that you touched
ain't nothing in Atlanta, baby. Like, listen, there ain't none of that in Atlanta. Like, even if you racist and you hate black folks, you gonna be respectful here because you know we ain't playing.
Right.
So it's different, and I like it better that way. I always say I like Atlanta because you know you a nigga, and when you in LA, you might forget. You might party at the right party and forget it, and you like, I got the right girls around you, you got the right friends, and you might forget. You black.
Yeah.
Like OJ.
Yeah.
So you think it's important to keep that at the forefront?
Hey, bro,
of
listen,
mind?
my superpower is my skin color because it's the first thing they see when they see me. So I already know what you're thinking or what you could be thinking because of who I am. So now I can disarm you, or I can lean into. I could be like, yeah, or I could be like, hey, how you doing? It's like, oh, you're not like that. Why would you think that?
You know,
maybe you need to run into more like us.
That's interesting because us coming from the Midwest, coming from Kansas City, you're made to feel your color.
Yes.
Right. So when we moved to LA, it was a little bit different. I had to adjust because in Kansas City, people would see my stature or they see you with something nice. They automatically assume you so dope or athlete. We moved to Brentwood, which is an affluent area in LA.
Of course.
Exactly. And I remember telling my wife, I had braids. I still look like a gangbanger, right?
For sure.
But the white people over there treated me differently because it was almost like, oh, you can afford to be over here.
You're different.
So you're
you
different.
Meet like them.
I had to adjust to that.
And for me, I hate that because what people don't understand is they're still qualifying you.
Yeah. Yes.
They're still saying, you know what, Court, sit here, you qualify.
Right.
I could sit there if I didn't qualify.
Right.
I don't give a you can't qualify me. I qualify me.
Am I a bad person because I got a little smile on my face when I found out that 42% of the people that receive SNAP benefits are white people in red states? Sorry.
Hello, my people, Lady Rosie here. How y'all doing? All my new subscribers, you're welcome, man. My returning subscribers, you all know I love you guys. This bullying boy. This bully boy, I tell y'all guys, did y'all see nowadays bullies calling himself Prince King Bully the Fifth? So now we know what he's gonna be called when he ascends to the throne, but I don't really know if that thing is gonna happen anyway. Y'all need to sit down. The prayer warriors, y'all need to go on your knees and pray to God, and that press bully ain't gonna touch that chair there. He ain't gonna touch that throne, and y'all, that throne got our ancestors' blood. You know that throne has our everything on it. Y'all need to take care of that one with prayers. Y'all need to sit down on your knees, my aunties, my sisters, my uncles, my brothers, my nieces, and my nephews, all of y'all guys combined. Y'all need to sit down there and start praying. Call God. Y'all calling God on this bully guy. Y'all calling God to do whatever he gonna do and take that dude out here, because that dude is not gonna ascend to the throne with everything that dude did. Dude did lots of bad stuff. Dude did lots of damn bad stuff to our queen, Her Royal Highness Duchess of Sussex. He did really terrible stuff to his own brother, his own blood. Can you believe that? I mean, y'all came from the same womb. I cannot see anything like that in my life to do to my little sister, Katie. I will never in my damn life sit down there and do anything to that kid. Never. The way I see my little sister, I see her like myself. I see her children like my own. I do not see anything. Like, I can't even think. Like, I mean, I don't know. That guy, y'all need to pray, okay? You sit down there on your knees and pray to God. And guess what? God ain't going to give him that throne. And tell God you're going to report him. Yes, you need to sit down there and report him to God. You report his ancestors to God. Report that throne to God. Report it. Okay? We're going to sit down there and report him to God. We're going to report it if a Charlie boy to God. Or some of y'all guys be thinking like we should forgive Charlie boy. No, Charlie boy ain't going to be forgiven. You know that big, see how God popped that damn thing through the door. Even if I don't really know. In my spirit is telling me that big C, that Charlie boy be floating around here. That ain't no truth. You know those people are what do you call it? They are professional victims. And they learned that, and that thing is coming through their DNA. They will do all wrong to you, and they refuse for you to wake up after whatever they did to you. They say nowadays out here, you cannot call anybody woke, and you cannot be woke. Well, you cannot be woke, right? And how you even gonna sit down there and believe in Jesus if you're not woke out here? These people did all the wrong by us, and they still wanting us to be asleep, and when we woke up and now they're all pissed. They sat down there when the colonized our ancestors down in Africa, and those ancestors woke up and they kick heads and wipe the streets. And they say that those people were wrong for doing that. So they're gonna sit down there, do all wrong to you. And when you're gonna wake up and try to retaliate or just to stop them without anything, they are like so pissed. Those are the people you got in that White House down there. Yeah, they call us woke nowadays. Y'all think that is insult? No, you calling me like I am présente, éveillée, et réveillée. Y'all don't be making me speak French at 7 in the morning. Y'all don't be pissing me off. So this bully the fifth ain't gonna happen. If y'all guys gonna sit down there and pray every single ancestor's name that you know, we're gonna call Harriet Tubman, we're gonna call Rosa Parks, we're gonna call all of them beautiful names out here. We are calling them from them graves. If y'all guys believe this guy here ain't gonna sit down here, we're calling Patrice Lumumba, we are calling Kwame Nkrumah, we're calling Thomas Sankara, we're going to Pan-Africanism. Guys, shut up. Malcolm X, we calling you, we calling the spirit of MLK. All of y'all guys, ancestors, please come out here and rip that guy off that throne that he is talking about, and giving himself that title like it was a hot bread. That guy need to be stopped, ancestors, in the name of Jesus. Y'all know these people be getting on my nerves, and sometimes they make me just pray out of blue because I just damn hate those people so much. You know, I need to focus on my road because I love you. I love you, family, you know. No, but seriously, can you imagine this guy here came and talk about his uncle? And he is no different than his uncle. He's done lots of stuff that has just never been aired out here. Even his father. Because guess what? That dude was the heir to the throne. And being heir to the throne, every single damn thing that he did was covered. And I believe like he even did worse than his uncle. You know? And because he's the heir, that's why you do not see the truth. You don't see him being exposed out here. You know? They will cover him at any cost and do anything that they did to his brother, to drag his brother through the mud. And that's what is happening out here. You know? We saw him with his father, with his uncle, driving, going to that church, Sunningham, a few years ago. And he's acting like he doesn't like his uncle, and he's the one fighting for his uncle not to keep his title, and he's gonna sit down there and fight for other people's title. He need to fight for his title, and you know, for his title, y'all need to sit down there and talk to the ancestors. When you sit down there, kneel down and talk to all those ancestors spirit, you call Harriet Tubman out here, I tell you that dude ain't gonna send to those damn throne. Okay? Yeah. So guys. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys again later. I love you. Please go subscribe to Notorious JTB. The Notorious JTB _ 2.0. That's on TikTok, and also on here on YouTube. Here, go to the Notorious JTB on YouTube, and subscribe to his channel. Share his videos there. You know, the more we're sharing those videos, it reaches people easily, okay? And like his videos and drop some comments there. And y'all guys doing wonderful here on my channel. God bless you. And do not forget to go to the His Royal Highness Baron Sussex. That's my brother on the road success. Y'all need to go there and bless the brother, okay? Yeah, let's get the brother to some bigger numbers. And do not forget to go to my queen Weezy. That's Weezy Success, and that's Isabella Bax channel. The channel is called Isabella Bax. So that's one of our channels as well. So go subscribe to the sisters channel. And go to all the success friendly channels, okay? Everyone who is supporting her future Queen of England, Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. Everyone who's standing by her, y'all need to sit down there and bless them, follow them, subscribe to their channels, share their videos, drop comments. I do appreciate all of y'all guys' family. I love y'all guys very much. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye for now.